In our last tutorial, we created and set up our first project in Equitus Text Analytics. Now, we will take a look at how to ingest data into the system. To start ingesting data, we first need to select the project we want. In the top left corner, you will see a tab that identifies the project you are currently on. By clicking the tab, a drop-down will appear where you can toggle between the projects in the system. We will go ahead and use the project we created in the last video. With the project of interest selected, navigate to the Collections page using the nav bar at the top. On the Collections page, you will find any collections that have been created for the project. We can see the main collection that we created in the last video. However, on my screen, you will also see a default collection. This is a collection that was automatically generated when the project was created. Based on the settings configured for your system, this may or may not happen. For the collections in the list, you will see an icon accompanying them symbolizing that the collections are linked to a network. You will also see a set of icons on the far right allowing for different actions, such as renaming, copying, or deleting. On the far left of the list, you will find a shield like the one that appears on the project page. This is the security assigned to a collection. From the opened window, we can add users or security groups who we want to have access to the collection, or leave it blank so that anyone with access to the project also has access to the collection. At the bottom of the Collections window is a section for us to create a new collection, similar to what we did on the project page. Since we have already created our collection, let's go ahead and select it. From the opened window, we can find multiple tabs for this collection. The two we will focus on are the Add Documents tab and the Documents tab. The Add Documents tab is where we can begin to ingest our files. You will see various options we have for document ingestion. In this video, we will look at adding documents via a local file as well as a link. But before we add documents, we want to view the ontology that will be used for the entity identification. Our ontology stores the different entity types we are looking for as well as relationships we are identifying between entities. Multiple ontologies can be defined for a project, but each project comes with a default ontology that the system already knows how to identify. We will cover modifying this ontology later. From the Local Files tab, you will see a button to upload documents using your computer's File Explorer. However, we also have a region in which we can drag and drop a file or a set of files. Text Analytics will ingest any text-based file format with compatibility for up to 1,500 file types and even OCR that can be deployed on image-based files and documents. After adding a file, you will see a check mark appear next to it in the queue, signaling that it has been ingested. To view the file, we can click on it, which will bring us to the Documents tab of the collection. You will also see a new panel appear on the right-hand side. This is our document view, where you can see the contents of the document as well as the markup for the entities and relationships recognized. To add more data, we can navigate back to the Add Documents tab. This time, we will add by URL. Using this ingestion type, we can put in a link to a web page where we would like to grab information from. We can put multiple links to grab many web pages at once by separating each onto a new line. By clicking Submit, the system will collect all the text elements from the page and ingest it into the system as a new document. Now, let's navigate back to the Documents tab and look at the document view more in depth. On this tab, we will see a list of all of our documents for this collection. You will see an icon next to each symbolizing the file type that was ingested. On the far right, you will see a number. This number indicates how many entities and relationships were identified in the document. To the right of the number, we can also find a series of buttons to perform various actions. This includes the ability to edit the document, reprocess the document, export the document as an XML or the original stored source file, as well as a button to delete from the collection. You can click through each document to reveal it in the Document View panel. Starting at the top of the panel, we will find an array of features. The first one is the ability to see any geolocations found in the data on a map. These geolocations come from the identification of locations in the documents that are then given a coordinate attribute from locations stored in a database that comes with each Text Analytics instance. Next to that, we will find another button to access the Edit page, which we will look at more in depth in a later video. We will also see a drop-down for tools where we can utilize features such as listing all entities found in the document. Next to that is another drop-down that can be used to export the original document. When a document is ingested into Text Analytics, a copy of the original file is stored so it can be easily exported. Alongside that, we can even export the document as an XML file or a Word document. We can also find a drop-down for any external services connected, such as Google Translate. Looking at the document itself, you will see a few sections that can be expanded, including the content section that is expanded by default. The ingestion properties and document properties sections will include various metadata associated with the document. The content section includes all the text for the document as well as the markups. You can click on any given entity to reveal more information about it as found in the document. This includes attributes, relationships, and a list of references in the file. In the next video, we will cover how to modify entities and relationships using the edit page for a given document.